solving equations by adding or subtracting. Whatever you have to do on one side of the equation, these are some of the equations that we'll be solving. Whatever you do on this side of the equation, you have to do on the other side of the equal sign. So if you keep that in mind, then it's pretty logical and makes sense that, hey, if you have a value over here and a value over here, if you change this value, you have to change this value an equal amount to continue to make them equal. So make sure to also use lots of paper if necessary to follow the steps. Paper is cheap. So here, as an example, f minus 21 is equal to 24. So if we want to go ahead and solve this, all we do is we add 21 to this side, we add 21 to this side. And then if you think about it logically here, well, f minus 21 plus 21, that's just going to be the value f. Now I've got 24 plus 21 over here, and that's just going to be equal to 45. And then I go ahead and check this answer, make sure that makes sense. Does 45 minus 21 equal 24? That makes sense, so it's right. Now here's the same sort of thing. G minus 10 is equal to negative 21. Same exact thing. You're just going to add 10 to both sides. So then you end up with G, because this cancels out with that, is equal to negative 21 plus 10. And don't forget how to do this. We take the higher of the two absolute value. So that's going to be negative is the value, and then 21 minus 10 is equal to 11. And does that make sense? That negative 11 minus 10 is equal to negative 21. Well, let's see. Negative 11 plus negative 10 is equal to negative 21. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And the same exact thing works with all the standard operations that we use, the basic operations that we use, which is adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. And here, same sort of thing. All we do is we've got to do what's called isolating the variable, which simply means we want to get this letter so it's all by itself on one side, so that we don't have to worry about anything on the other side. Whatever's on the other side of the equation, that's what it's equal to. So if that makes sense. So here, h plus 27, that's just going to be subtract 27 from both sides. So subtract 27 from both sides. And then I have h all by itself. It's isolated, it's all by its lonesome. 33 minus 27, which is going to be equal to 6. And substitute that back in and see if that makes sense. Does 6 plus 27 equal 33? Yes, it does. And even with decimals or fractions or anything like that, you just do the exact same thing. You're trying to get the variable all by its lonesome on one side of the equation, so that anything on the opposite side of the equation is equal to it. So now y plus 17.6 minus 17.6 is just going to be y. It's equal to 15.2 minus 17.6. And again, that just works as 15.2 plus negative 17.6. And then we figure out, well, this one has a higher absolute value. It's further away from 0, so it's going to be negative. And now we just do 17.6, or we subtract 15.2 from 17.6. That's going to give us 2.4. So negative 2.4. And one more time here, we check and see if that makes sense. Plug it back in here where this y is. Negative 2.4 plus 17.6 is equal to 15.2. Does Does that make sense? Yes, it does, because this value is lessens the amount of that value because it's negative and this is positive. So that makes logical sense. And here we go ahead and we have a word problem. You have $23.25 in your purse. You want to buy a pair of jeans that cost $42.50. How much more money do you need? So here, this is the amount of money, again, that you need because you want to buy these jeans. This is the amount that you have. So you need to figure out what the value is of the stuff that you don't have. So let's just go ahead and say, well, you got 23.25 plus some value, let's just say J for the price of the jeans, is equal to 42.50. You're trying to get to here, you have that. So all we do to get rid of this is to isolate that variable again, and if it's in front, that's fine too. You're still going to make it so that the J is all by itself. So now it's just the J is equal to 42.50 minus 23.25. So let's do this quickly. 42.50, 23.25. Go ahead and we figure this value out. So 5 from 0 can't do, so that's going to be 4, 10, 10, so now it's 5. 10 minus 5 is 5. 4 minus 2 is going to be 2. Got a decimal point there anchored. 2 minus 3 can't do, so got to borrow from here or rename from here. So now I've got 12 minus 3. That's going to be 9. 3 minus 1, $19. So you need $19.25. Let's see if that makes sense. 23, so I plug it right back into this equation over here. 23.25 plus 19.25. Is that going to be equal to 42.50? Is that going to be equal to? Yeah, it is, and that's great.